So I'm thinking about these meal times and the things we tried to do back when we were raising our children when they were small. Matt's coming home for a couple of days. He's coming home today, so I was thinking about him. If I told you about Matt, he's one of my strong-willed kids. How old was he when we knew what kind of a strong-willed kid he was? The day he was born. We got to the University of Michigan Hospital. We were using the midwife service. We got into the elevator. My wife's water broke. 17 minutes after we got into the elevator, took a couple of minutes to get upstairs, a couple of minutes to get in the room. 17 minutes after her water broke, Matt was born and in the world and ready to go. This kid has been in a hurry for all of his life. When Matt was about 2 years old, I remember I saw a little trail of clothing. He was stripping off his clothing. It led into the kitchen. I investigated. I found that his clothing and then his diaper were all left in a little trail, and his little naked body was up on the top of the refrigerator where he was perfectly naked, happily eating a banana. Here's the problem. There were no chairs or ladders or anything that you could climb to get up to the top of the refrigerator. There was no way you could get there from climbing anything that was visible to me. Either he has little suction cups on his hands like Spider-Man, or he opened up the door of the refrigerator, he climbed up the shelves, got to the freezer, opened that up, swung his little naked body up to the top so he could get a... Do you understand what kind of a kid this is? Do you understand how many moments of learning and humility are associated with raising a kid like this? When he was about 4 years old, I got home from work one day and I heard a voice. It was in the fall, like this. It was a windy autumn day. I heard a voice when I got out of the car. Hey, Dad! Hey, Dad! I looked around. I couldn't see him anywhere. Matt, where are you? Up here! He was at the top of a 65-foot white pine tree in our backyard on a windy autumn day, and the tree is blowing back and forth like this in the wind. He's at the very top, holding on with one hand and waving with the other. Does anybody know what that feels like? This kid has been like that all his life. He's a little impulsive. He's a little creative. Sometimes he acts without thinking. Sometimes he speaks without thinking. He gets it from his mother's side of the family. Right? You're not buying it. And so I should have predicted the day when this would happen. We had a nice meal. It was all ready. We were following a family routine. It was somewhere around 6 o'clock, 6:15. It was a little while after Dad got home from work. That was me. We were sitting down to the meal. No Matt. Now Matt's been around playing in the neighborhood, but he's not ready. He's not at the dinner table. He's off playing somewhere. He knows what time it is. He's perfectly capable of knowing he should be home for dinner, but he's not here for dinner. He doesn't come home for about 40 minutes, and he comes in. He's been out playing and having fun with his buddy David, and they've been doing things. Oh, I'm really hungry, he says. But we finished at dinner, and we're just in the process of cleaning up now. How do you respond? Uh-oh. Now, I like that you went to uh-oh, because did you see how it makes her smile when she says it like that? That's a good thing. When any kid sees a smile on mom's face like that, they immediately say, uh-oh, no problem for mom, possible problem for me. And I hope that we greeted him like that because, oh, we had a really nice dinner, Maddie, and this was so sad you weren't here for it. We had some of your favorite stuff, and it's pretty much all gone. Oh, that's all right. You can make yourself a sandwich or a little soup or something. But Mom, Dad, I'm really hungry. That sounds like I'm really hungry. Can't you make me a meal? Sorry, buddy, it's all gone. It's all eaten. It's all put away. So sad that you missed supper with us. It was a really nice meal tonight. Make yourself a little sandwich. Make yourself a little soup. What do you think? Could you do it?
No.
Is it hard? No, it would be hard?
I'm not going to lie. I couldn't do it.
Why?
Mom makes 2 meals, though, so I guess I'm
Tell me why that's hard. And I want to recognize that some of these issues, especially food, is almost always associated with things like love, right? food and love are intimately connected. And so let's understand why that's hard.
I'm an eater.
Yeah.
So I choose to make the 2 meals for him, or if my son were to come home like that, I would 1,000% get in the kitchen and either recreate a little bit of the meal we just had, or I would make something that was wanted.
Let me create the scenario for you. He's 10 years old. He perfectly well understands time. He was out playing. He was having a good time. Somewhere in the back of his head, he made a choice. They're all waiting at the dinner table, but I'm having too much fun. I'm going to keep playing for a little while. Somewhere in his little brain, he made that choice. Now he comes home. Do you want a good family mealtime routine?
Yes.
Did you hear how she said it? Yes, so I love that. That's so good. And if you permit him to come in whenever he wants to, not help with the cooking, not help with the cleaning, not help with those good conversations that you want to have at your dinner table, the things you just described a moment ago. If he chooses to skip all that and wander in and have the perfectly wonderful meal, in fact, maybe even a better meal because we love him so much, what do you think you'll get more of?
I'm sure I'll get more of a headache off and on for the rest of my life.
Will he be encouraged, in fact, to come home whenever he feels like it? Will he be encouraged to choose his own routines, not your family routines, for things like curfew and homework and morning routines? Are you essentially giving him permission to do it his way and you will accommodate around his needs? Or are you willing to say that some things we have chosen to make important in our family, and family meals is one of them? Is this hard?
Very.
It is hard. Let me give you a basic rule. Those things you permit, you encourage. If I permit him to run away from the timeout spot, if I just let him get away with it, oh, okay, I won't deal with it this time. Every time you permit a behavior like that you don't want, you actually encourage it and you're going to get it more. Oh, you didn't make it home for dinner, you didn't help with the dishes, you didn't help at all. Oh, it's okay, we love you so much. We'll make you some nice roast beef and potatoes and some corn and some all good things, all the things that you like, because we love you so much. What are you going to get more of? More challenging behaviors, more kids getting to decide what the routines are instead of mom deciding what the routines are. Can mom choose to have at least 2 family routines that you absolutely follow and turn into a positive, consistent family routine? At least 2. If there were 2 for you, what would they be?
Bedtime, because that's my favorite time.
Okay.
And right after school, like the minute we walk in the house.
Okay. So if those 2 can become high-value routines, some of the others can be routines and not of equally high value, but good enough. You could make that whole balance work for you. But who gets to decide what the family routines are?
Me.
Should a 10-year-old be deciding what the family routines are? No. Or should moms and dads and grandmas and grandpas?